6 practical steps to set achievable goals. Setting goals is one of the most important skills that high-performing, successful people develop on their journey to financial independence and freedom. As I just said, setting goals is a skill. This means it's not a talent or something you are born with. A skill is actually something you can learn, develop, and master. It is nothing more than a skill that everyone can practice to achieve success. In this video, I will explain how you can start developing this skill and why it is so important. I have done extensive research and received advice from some of the most successful people in the world, both present and past. And what I have discovered is that almost everyone has stated that goal setting is the most important competence they have developed. This competence is so important that almost all high-quality books on the mindset of success talk about it and how to develop this competence. In today's video, I will share with you the best practical advice I have found on the subject. I strongly encourage you to copy this advice and apply the lessons to your life so that you can achieve enormous success. Dear viewers, if you appreciate the video and want to help us grow, we ask you to consider the idea of subscribing to our channel and making a donation to support us. Your support is essential for us and will allow us to continue creating interesting and useful content for you. You can do it here below, through the appropriate buttons, subscribe, and thanks. So, why is setting goals so important? Why do people talk about it so much? Well, here's the thing. Imagine you are in a car, driving on a random highway with your family while on vacation. You are not sure where to go, but you want to relax and spend the rest of the day with your loved ones. At this point, you have 2 options. 1. Drive around and see where the road takes you, maybe it will lead to a nice place. Or 2. Decide where you want to go and then plan the route to your destination. If you choose the second option, you obviously have a higher chance of getting to a nice place and enjoying the rest of the day. If you just drive around, you probably won't get anywhere. And even if you do find a place, it's likely that you will have spent so much time finding it that the day will be almost over, and you won't have time to enjoy it with your family. A similar logic applies to your life. We all have a common goal in life, to be happy, which is the equivalent of finding a nice place, in the car analogy. But here's the question, what does happiness mean to you? The happiness question. What makes you happy? Perhaps you don't have the answer to this question right now, but for most people, this might mean becoming rich, creating a good life for yourself and your family. It could be something noble like helping the poor, or it could simply be living a relaxed life. What does happiness mean to you? Comment below. Let's say one of the things that would make you happy is becoming financially free, which is fundamentally what we teach on this channel. So, let's say that's your goal. But the question now is, how do you reach that goal? And what are the goals you need to set to achieve or get closer to financial independence? Goals will be your guide, they are like a GPS. They tell you where to go, if you are on the right path, or if you are going in the wrong direction. If you are taking notes, highlight this word, direction. The importance of direction. Knowing where you are going is more motivating than any motivational video you will find here on YouTube. It is so powerful that it can make the difference between achieving a goal or just lying on the couch, scrolling through Instagram all day. So, this should help you understand why everyone talks so much about setting and having goals. If you don't have something to achieve, a mission, for example, why are you alive? Why are you here on this earth? Comment below why you are here on this earth. So here's the thing, there is a big difference between having a direction, having something to aim for, and simply setting a goal to feel better about yourself. As crazy as it may sound, most people actually set goals just to feel better about themselves, to feel like they are moving forward in life, while in reality, they are not doing anything. To ensure you are setting goals that will potentially help you achieve those goals and make progress in your life, I will describe what a good goal looks like. First of all, you must believe that you can really achieve them. A very common mistake in goal setting is that people only set big goals. We are talking about things like, I want to make $1 million, I want a new house, or, I want that new Maserati, but it could be an overly unrealistic goal, especially if they are probably the same goals you had 5 years ago. The goal must be realistic, and you must firmly believe that you can achieve it within the time frame you consider plausible. Here's how to develop achievable goals. Okay, now you know why goals are important. Let's talk about how to set a goal and the step-by-step process for setting a goal. Let's dive right in. Phase 1. Look at your goal. Look at your biggest goal. Let's take the example of financial freedom. What is the first logical step to take to get closer to achieving financial freedom? Find out and write it down, because that is exactly what your goal looks like. In this case, it might be developing the business knowledge necessary to start your own business. If you are not sure what the first step is, do some research. Or, if you have the opportunity, ask your mentor or someone who has already achieved that thing. I am sure they will be more than happy to help and guide you. If you still can't find the first logical step, simply choose something you think might be the right one. Even if that thing turns out to be the wrong decision, you will still have made much more progress and gained skills than if you had just stood still. Phase 2. Set high standards. The purpose of your goal is to push you to be better and to be the best you can be. But to get the most out of it, you need to set high and bold goals. Now pay close attention, because I didn't say unrealistic goals, I said high standards. This means that your goal must be achievable, but it must still push you to do a lot. If you set low and easily achievable goals, you won't give your best, while if you set big goals, they will push you to do more, and even if you don't achieve them, you will still have done more than if you had set small goals. Norman Vincent Peale said, "Shoot for the moon. Even if you miss, you'll land among the stars." Phase 3. Describe your goal in detail. Now that you know what your goal is, you need to describe it. What does it look like? What does it feel like? What does it sound and smell like? Visualize the goal and yourself achieving it. You need to be as specific as possible, and the more time you spend describing and visualizing your goal, the more motivated you will be to act. In fact, it is proven that people will achieve much more if they know exactly what they want to achieve. If, on the other hand, you have a poor description and visualization of your goal, you probably won't be as eager to achieve it. Visualizing the goal will help your brain understand what the goal is and what needs to be done to achieve that result. Zig Ziglar said, "You were born to win, but to be a winner, you must plan to win, prepare to win, and expect to win. And it starts first in the mind." To describe your goal with precision, try to include the answers to the following questions. Why do you want to achieve this? Why is it important? What does it look like? What are the colors, texture, shape? What does it feel like? What does it sound like? Phase 4. Set a deadline. To have a clear picture of where you want to go and where you should be, and also to motivate you day after day, the goal must have a deadline. This is not meant to stress you out, but it is actually meant to help you set a goal for where you should be, what needs to be done, and in what time frame. A deadline will help you wake up in the morning, get started, and do what you know you need to do, because your goal is detailed and has a deadline that you are trying to meet. Phase 5. Track your progress. Now that you have your deadline, I want you to take a pen and paper and write down what you need to do each day to achieve your goal and the estimated time it will take. Knowing what you need to do and the time you have available will give you a better perspective on the progress you are making. Let me give you 2 examples to illustrate this point. 1. A money-related goal. Let's say your goal is to save about $20,000 in the next 12 months, which could be the equivalent of the down payment for the new house you're looking to buy. To track your progress, you need to break down your goal into milestones. If you receive your paycheck monthly, you might want to calculate a monthly milestone, or if you don't have a fixed income, for example, if you are a freelancer or an entrepreneur, you might want to set weekly goals or even daily milestones. In this case, let's say you are a freelancer, so you should set weekly milestones. So, first, you need to do some simple math. In 12 months, there are 52 weeks. You need to save $20,000 in 52 weeks, which means $20,000 divided by 52, which is about $385. This is your weekly goal, so if you do everything right, you should be able to save this amount every single week. 2. A learning-related goal. There are some goals that are less quantifiable than others. It is very easy to calculate milestones for goals that have to do with money and numbers, but how do you monitor progress on goals that are less quantifiable? The answer is actually surprisingly simple. Instead of tracking your results, track your work. Here's what I want you to do. First, estimate how much time it will take you to achieve that goal. In this case, since it is a learning-related goal, let's say you are just trying to learn a new skill, like copywriting, in the next 5 months. Great, now make a realistic estimate of how much time you would need to develop this skill. Let's say you estimate 300 hours of learning and practice. Here, it would make much more sense to divide the goal into daily milestones. In 5 months, there are 152 days. If we divide the 300 hours by 152, the result is about 2 hours. This means that for the next 5 months, you will need to dedicate 2 hours of your time each day to developing the skill of copywriting. See how simple that is? Instead of looking at a big scary 300-hour project, you are just looking at a small daily 2-hour thing. This makes the project less scary and less intimidating and will make things easier. Phase 6, take action. Here's the truth. All this wisdom is pointless if you don't take action. Starting is the hardest part, but once you get going, you won't stop, and you will be in the zone. It's like the Nike slogan, just do it. When you don't feel like it, just start, and trust me, you will probably get into the zone and become extremely focused. If you never start, it is guaranteed that you will never achieve anything. Things don't just happen, you have to make them happen. This is the mindset of great achievers. So that's all for the video. What do you think? Are you ready to set and achieve your goals? I hope you took notes, because all you have to do now is simply do what I taught you, and you will unleash your full potential and achieve impressive results. In the comments, share your direct experience related to the topic covered today. We want to learn more and will gladly respond to any questions. Comment to let us know how we can improve. Your like would make us happy. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next video.